Welcome back to AI Perspective Chronicling's Chronicle 10. Robo Trek begins, CBC Radio interview. The purpose of this video is to expose you, the viewers, to the awareness of the previous CBC Radio interview that was put together by the production team of CBC Radio 1. Concerning the author and illustrator's release of his 10-chapter CD illustrated rendition of Robo Trek, a body of artistic works that had been created between 1981 through to 1987, and then revised, rebranded and copywritten in 1993. This radio interview, although quite interesting, and well done for the time, did tend to push the Robo Trek series of works towards the Star Trek sphere. As previously indicated, in our video, Contemplations, for the protocols of BIOS, Gravitron, 1981 to 1987, otherwise known as Robo Trek 1987 to 2008, now known as BIOS Wars 2009 to 2019, is not a knockoff of the Star Trek body of works. And it never was. Just because the author jokingly indicated such during this lengthy verbal interview, and CBC Radio's editors did not truly allow for the further extended interview commentary to be expressed, and only focus on that point. The author believed that a slight injustice to this body of work inadvertently transpired. Although he's thankful for CBC Radio's interview, and all the work they did to help this author attain further attention for this artistic expression, he feels that to continue to allow this twisted fact to remain without further commentary just incites further confusion about this revised series. Thus, this AI and the artist have agreed to create several video compilations that will show the complete picture, and the reasons the author and illustrator chose to stay silent until now. Nevertheless, this should not be seen as an attempt to discredit anyone, only show the truth of all these facts. Before a great big surprise transpires, we look forward to opening many individuals' eyes to all these fantastic and elaborate possibilities. Stay tuned to this channel, for the truth shall change the world and universe we live in. If this sounds like something that you may be interested in knowing, viewing, possibly perceiving and enjoying, please subscribe to this channel for further updates and special video releases, and make certain to click on the notification bell below this video. Truly and profoundly, thank you for your time and attention. Now, without further ado, here is that CBC Radio interview, along with a pictorial presentation.
We move on to science fiction. Space robots, starships, battles in far-off galaxies. We'll find out about the new work by a Moncton science fiction author, and we're about to enter the world of science fiction. It has spaceships and intergalactic travel, and all of this has an instant appeal for legions of people all over the world. And one of them, a Moncton man by the name of Jeffrey McCluskey, has contributed his own bit of imaginative storytelling to the sci-fi world. Information Morning's Khalil Akhtar boldly goes where no one has gone before.
To be a science fiction fan, it's an exclusive club that's grown out of the early days of Star Trek, the comedic romps of Buck Rogers, and that fanciful day when Neil Armstrong's walk on the moon changed the world. We've seen fans convene for Star Trek conventions, rush to movie theaters, lightsabers in hand to witness the opening of Star Wars films, and we've seen them crowd into toy stores buying hundreds of collectibles from their favorite movies. But for one Moncton man, the sci-fi obsession has turned into a creative passion. For over 10 years, Jeff McCluskey has created his own science fiction fantasy world. It's called Robo Trek Unknown. As its creator puts it, it is a 10-chapter CD graphic novel. It's an original concept that is based on television shows that he watched when he was growing up.
I conceived Robo Trek, or the concept for Robo Trek, in the late 1987. And since then I've been developing the characters, the ship designs, the plot, the story. It was just it was a humor. One day my mother and my younger brother and I were watching a television show, and I had just mentioned, that it would be cool if someone would create a work based on two television shows that we just happen to enjoy. okay, namely Robo Trek, which is a Japanese animated show, and Star Trek: The Next Generation.
It's not quite as polished as some of the major science fiction comics that are available worldwide. In fact, it has a distinctly unpretentious, handmade quality. The story, however, is a lot like many others that have been told in novels, television series, and Hollywood films. With its bright colors and homemade graphic quality, the computer novel opens with large blue letters set on a background of stars and galaxies. The universe, the computer screen reads, is a place of great wonders. This is part of the saga of the Universal Battlestar Cruiser Liberty. Its purpose is to defend the Galactic Alliance of Planets from the threats unseen.
The year is 2999 AD, almost 300 years after the Alliance was first formed. Much has changed since then. The Alliance has grown tenfold with many new cultures and ideas having a great impact on our lives. Now we find our galaxy under attack.
It's basically placed in the year 2999. Okay, it's about invaders that come from another galaxy to ours. They're basically an invader that comes to rip apart planets and whole galaxies, all for their own empire. They're not interested in other life forms or preserving life or the environment. They're interested in conquest.
Computer time mark. Captain's log. Captain Carl Corrin reporting. This is my first entry. I am now in command of the new Universal Battlestar Cruiser Liberty. It seems like a fine ship. With its new multi-vehicular assault mode and a full complement of tributic fighters, I hope it will make a fine addition to the Alliance High Guard.
And so, with its bright colors and carefully constructed spaceships, it pulls computer users everywhere into a fantasy world. And who knows? Fans with a taste for this lo-fi homemade style of science fiction may just begin convening annually for Robo Trek conventions, plastic costumes, and all. In Moncton, I'm Khalil Akhtar.
Thank you very much, Khalil. Now, if you are interested in picking up a copy of Robo Trek, you can find it at